coming out of COVID, we noticed that we needed to do something different in how we connected with children, especially coming out of lockdown, whenever there was a number of mental health issues, especially among primary school children. So a conversation with the principal and a disused classroom, a repurposed classroom, rather than disused, probably the size of Harbour Hill, and a repurposed classroom, we came up with the concept of creating a harbour space where children could come and use it whenever they needed it.
And what has the uptake been like?
It's been, in one sense, it's been fantastic. The downside to that is that it's been fantastic because it means that there's a real need for it, which is the downside to it. But the fact that there's a need and that we can help to meet a need and partner with a school to do that is fantastic.
What are the positive effects that children get out of coming into this space?
Okay. So the space is divided up in a couple of different ways. So there's a real sort of sensory space in it where kids are real tactile and feely stuff can happen in there in terms of lights and cushions and all kinds of stuff. Then there's a bigger space where counselling and mentoring happens one-to-one, and the opportunity for the children to step out of that place of anxiety, that place of disruption, and come into a harbour space which is quiet and still, and where they have someone who listens to them, allows the child to open up and really develop and grow.
And what have the results been like?
The results have been really good. Not only with the children, and we see, as you hear maybe from the principal, in terms of the pastoral pyramid and how that early intervention really has stemmed the need of transferring it into more serious counselling or up the ladder in terms of the EA stuff. But not just with the child, because we can see that some children come in and maybe with a few weeks of mentoring one-on-one, they find themselves in a space where they can really, they've got the skills and the abilities now and the coping mechanisms to move on with whatever it was that was disturbing them and troubling them. But not just that, with staff as well. The impact that this has had amongst staff, amongst teaching classes and amongst other pupils in their class is phenomenal. I can think of instances where I've been involved in one-on-one mentoring and the impact that that has had on that child and on that family has been immense.
What does this say about the degree of partnership that exists between a school of this size, 560 pupils, and the Church of Ireland?
I think it's a fantastic opportunity. It's an amazing opportunity just to get involved in more than just the assemblies or the board of governors, but to get in there, make partnerships with your local school. You meet families, you meet needs, and you're doing what it is that God has called us to do in a community. We're there as light and hope, a lighthouse, a harbour, a safe space, and the church is investing into that, which is a wonderful opportunity in a very subtle way to bring the kingdom of God to this place.